Okay, so I've been using this little radio in my car a little over a week now. This is the QYT KT8900. And my overall assessment is it's good. This speaker is way plenty loud enough. I actually had this kind of sitting down underneath my console, and it was way plenty loud enough to hear it without any trouble whatsoever.
The way I use it is I've got a little mag mount antenna stuck on the trunk. It's a little cheapy Japanese mag mount. It's not even a good one. And the radio is on, and I just literally set it kind of up underneath the underneath this console here with the microphone kind of poking out. And inside the console, you can see I've just got it plugged into a cigarette lighter here. All right.
As far as the quality of the microphone goes, I received 4 or 5 signal reports, and they all reported about the same, which was the audio was acceptable, but it kind of lacked some high end. They seemed to think it seemed a little bassy, which may not be real great for a mobile radio, but everyone said it was perfectly understandable, legible, whatever you want to call it. And man, for $113 or whatever the bucks I paid for this thing delivered, definitely well worth the money. Now, I had a question on the website from W4JSF about the jack in the back, and he asked the question that he thought that was for programming only and not for audio. That's a good question. So what I did is I grabbed me a little cable. Well, first thing, let me show you this. I've got an MFJ Cleartone external speakers. If you haven't seen the review I did on these, I put one of these in my Jeep when I was driving a Jeep, and they are really good external speakers. They're loud and crystal clear. Here's the problem. The way this jack is built and how deep the hole in the back of this is, it will not go in and snap in good. It just, you can't feel it snap in real well. Well, here in my office, I plan on using this through my Behringer mixer. I was just going to use a regular old stereo cable, but the size of this cable has the same problem. It just won't snap in there the diameter of this is too big to go up in there. So what I did, and I'll show you this side by side, is I just took this one here and whittled off some of the plastic on it, and now it goes up in there just fine. It goes up in there and snaps in just fine. You can definitely tell you're in the detent. Now, as far as the audio, actually working on the audio, you make sure I turn it on here. Ooh, that baby's loud. Loud. But it's adjustable. Alright, so I'm on my repeater. Alright, I get a response back. Let me plug in. Oh, I am plugged in. Look at there. I'm plugged in, and the audio is still coming out of this speaker. Typically, when you plug in an external speaker, it mutes the radio mic, and all the audio goes out the jack. So in this case, that should have muted it, but it did not. Alright, so in fairness to the radio, I went back to the manual. This big old honking freaking Chinglish manual. And it says option number 21 is called horn loudspeaker. And your options are QT, which is return match open the horn. Open the horn, I'm assuming, means don't use the external speaker. The other option is and return and optional signaling match at the same time, open horn. and or is return or optional signaling and match or open the horn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set this up here, and our typical method for programming these would be to hit the function key. Now let me I'm going to reposition the camera so you can see this. Alright, so I'm going to just go into the function mode, and here's the squelch, and I'm just going to verify that I know how to work this. So I hit function, get into the menu. I hit function again because I want to change it. Let's change that to 3. Hit function again. Exit. Now if that was the appropriate process, it should still be on 3. So let's go function. There it is. It's still on 3. Function again. Change it back to 2. Function and exit. And let's look again. Yes, it's set to 2. Alright, so let's go to this 21. 21. Speaker mute QT, which tells me that the jack on the back has been muted. So let's go function. It's flashing there. Let's do and. Let's go to or. Function. Exit. And we verified that was the correct process using the squelch, so let's hit function again. Wow, it's still in the QT mode. How bizarre. So let's hit function, change it to and, function, and exit. Let's go look at it and verify it. Wow, it went back to the QT mode. What the heck is going on here? Okay, well there you have it. Now, honestly, I've been through this manual 3 times, and I'm usually pretty good at interpreting Chinese manuals. It really has no reference to this port at all. It doesn't show a picture of it, doesn't really talk about it. So my only guess was that the SP, the horn mode, or speaker mute button, was what it was talking about. And unfortunately, you can't change it. That has got to be some sort of a firmware decision that someone made somewhere to lock that out and keep you from using that. I don't know why. Except for the fact you can't plug an external speaker into it and make it work. And again, thank you to W4JSF for asking that question, because that's a valid question. And frankly, I had intended on using that external speaker. I was going to plug it through here in the office through my Behringer mixer, but obviously that's not going to work unless we perform some sort of a hack. Not out of the question. So, for the money, $113. It does operate acceptably well. And actually, for a first time, a new technician ham who doesn't have a lot of money and they want to get a mobile rig, not a bad way to go. That's it for this video, and thank you for watching. I'm Dave, AF5DN, and please subscribe.